power you want, but the real treasure is inside you. Courage, friendship, and wisdom. That moment, we didn't take a single coin. We just stood there and froze, taking it all in, knowing that what we have experienced were more valuable than anything we could carry.
Let's hear it one more time for that wonderful performance by Tanya Shri. Following that fantastic start, our next soloist is a brilliant young talent from level 3, delivering a modern, deeply captivating character piece of a Chennai neurologist, exploring corporative malice, LinkedIn profiles, and hiding from disorder. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Nakshatra Nandagopal performing her solo piece, The Witch Next Door.
I think if a real witch walked inside this room right now, nobody would actually notice. Maybe some of you might ask her where she bought her handbag from. Well, that's the thing. People think witches are scary, but honestly, aren't most scary things normal? My name is Dr. Vesha. I am 32 years old and I'm a neurologist in Chennai. I work in a very expensive hospital where people say things like, take care, so proud of you, and then immediately starts to gossip in the lift once the person leaves. Well, I fit there very well. I like books, bonsai plants, I like keeping my house clean. Very clean, actually too clean. My pet cat Hyland sleeps near the windowsill every evening at exactly 6 o'clock. See, even she has a better routine than most humans. Well, people look at my life and say things like, I'm disciplined. But no, I'm just scared of disorder because disorder lets out truth, and truth is dangerous, especially mine. When I was younger, I used to think witches were old ladies flying on broomsticks and all that nonsense. But now, as I grew up, I think maybe they are real. He should have respected it more. I wanted a full funeral for the creature the size of my thumb. So technically, no. I am not some villain child from a horror movie. But I remember the exact year when everything changed. I was 14. My friend Meera won a scholarship to Singapore. Everybody loved her. Parents loved her. Teachers loved her. And when she spoke complete nonsense, people would stare at her as if she's giving some magnificent TED talk. Well, I remember standing there in that assembly and clapping for her. Then suddenly, I felt this cold, horrible feeling in my stomach. It was not sadness. It was something worse. Like I wanted the room to become smaller for her. So that night, I sent an anonymous email to the principal saying that she cheated in her final exams. Well, she lost her scholarship. But that's not the scariest part. The scariest part is that I slept peacefully that night. For the first time in years, I felt calm. And that's the time when I saw the witch inside me. Then it became easier. Not immediately, but slowly. You know, like how bad habits grow. You see, at the hospital, there was this junior doctor named Aditi. Very sweet person. Too sweet, honestly. She remembers everybody's birthdays, makes homemade food for the nurses, and everybody loved her. I absolutely hated that. You see, sounds horrible when said aloud, but maybe some of you might understand me. One day, Aditi published a research paper before me. I smiled. I congratulated her. I even bought her an overpriced vanilla latte. And then, during a grand review meeting with the head of the department and all the great council members, I asked one question. Well, just one. Did anybody verify the details independently? Just one. I don't accuse her or anything. Just open the door for doubt. And doubt is like a mold in a damp room. Everyone started whispering in the corridors. Meetings became awkward. She stopped smiling so much. 3 weeks later, she resigned. And when she was leaving the hospital, do you know what she did to me? She hugged me and thanked me for supporting her career. Late that night when I reached home, my pet cat Heil was staring at me as if she knew exactly what I had done. I think cats are brilliant creatures. I also think witches and cats understand each other because both stare at humanity and judge it. In old folklore, they used to say that witches could shapeshift into animals. If I could shapeshift into Heidel, I would stare at people all day instead of talking to them. I could just do it in a heartbeat. But I don't think that's the funny thing. The funny thing is that people think witches are loud, evil creatures from movies. No, witches are efficient people. We are people who send emails on time. We are people who send drive safe with a smiling emoji. We are people who send heart emojis to our relatives. Nobody notices us because we hide behind our productivity metrics. In some African and Melanesian cultures, they say that witches carry an evil spirit without even knowing it. I think every person has a witch inside them. It's just mine got fed more. Social media feeds it a lot. You open Instagram for 5 minutes after a long surgery, and then somebody your exact same age bought a 3 BHK house, started a tech company, gone to Maldives, became a certified fitness coach, got engaged, learned pottery, runs marathons, and looks glowy for absolutely no reason. Honestly, who could feel happy seeing that every single day? Because at some point of time, the bitterness starts to grow deep inside you. And nobody notices it when it begins. Let's see. Where was I? That's why I think habits matter a lot. The hobbies we choose matter. The songs we listen to matter. The books we read matter. Even silence matters. Because at some point of time, your mind becomes hungry for negativity. And if you're not careful, it becomes worse. So, yes, maybe witches are real. In ancient Dayan stories to modern gatherings at night societies have tried to hunt them down. But I don't think we're searching the right places. Witches are not in dark caves. Witches are right now maybe in corporate offices, or they're right now in hospitals. Maybe one of them is talking to you peacefully, or maybe one of them is calmly talking to you for 13 whole minutes. But I don't think the bigger question isn't, are witches real or not? The bigger question is, what have you been feeding yourself all this time? Because at some point of time, the bitterness starts to grow deep inside you. And most people don't notice it when it starts. One day you'll find yourself coldly speaking to somebody you love, or else feeling relieved when somebody else fails, or feeling irritated with somebody else's happiness. Then you slowly realize that the witch was never outside you. It was growing deep inside your mind. And before you even notice it, everyone around you starts to feel lonely. Thank you.
Give a big round of applause for Nakshatra for her amazing performance.
That's okay. Thanks. Mixed up with of the all lines.
Up next, we have an absolute laugh riot from a level 4 performer, detailing an iconic explorer learning advanced South Indian road speeds, hot sambar physics, banana leaves, and ambitious filter coffee. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Gunjain performing her solo piece, Dora the Dosa Hunter.
Do I start again? I didn't even know.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I welcome Gunjain to the stage.
Back, 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 back. Back, 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 back. Oh, why are you all staring at me like that? Wait. Oh, I forgot something very important. You've never seen Dora in Chennai before. Hi friends, I'm Dora. And today, we're going on the most important adventure of my entire explorer career. Not a jungle adventure, not treasure hunt, not mountain climbing. Today, we're searching for the perfect dosa. Can you say dosa? Very good. Now can you say crispy dosa? Excellent. Now can you say extra filter coffee, please? Wow, you all are ready for South India already. Now friends, I traveled all the way to Chennai because somebody told me something life-changing. They said, if you want true happiness, find dosa. And I thought, wow, that sounds much easier than finding buried treasure. So I packed my backpack and immediately came here. First stop, Chennai city. Friends, Chennai is loud, not normal loud, advanced loud. There are cars, bikes, auto rickshaws, buses, scooters, people shouting, vendors yelling, pressure cookers whistling. And somehow, everybody understands everything perfectly. I stepped outside very confidently and thought, I'm Dora the Explorer. I've crossed forests. I can handle one city. Then 5 seconds later, beep beep, auto, side, move. Ayo, I almost became a road decoration. In cartoons, I usually walk slow like this. But in Chennai, if you walk slow for even 2 seconds, 3 bikes, 2 uncles and 1 delivery boy will overtake you immediately. People here walk like they all have a very important mission. I don't know where everyone's going, but they're going fast. So I made an important decision. I must unlock South Indian speed more. That's my first mission. Then came another challenge, traffic signal. Friends, I was very confused. In my country, traffic rules are simple. Red means stop, green means go, yellow means repair. Easy. But in Chennai, red means maybe go unless you're emotionally confident. Green means go quickly, go 15 other people go first. And yellow means everybody moves spiritually. I stood at one signal for 10 minutes trying to understand the system. Then one grandmother crossed the road carrying vegetables without even looking. That was the moment I realized she was the alpha explorer here. So I followed her. And somehow I survived. Level completed. Then I discovered something magical. Food streets. Friends, I've never smelled so many things at the same time in my life. Something spicy, something buttery, something fried. Something so spicy my ancestors probably sneezed. Everywhere I looked, people were eating happily. Sitting and eating, standing and eating, talking and eating, laughing and eating, driving and eating. And everywhere I went, I kept asking, is this dosa place? Is this dosa place? What about this place? But every place smelled amazing. How do people even choose? It felt like a delicious maze. Then suddenly, I saw it. A tiny crowded restaurant, steel plates everywhere, people waiting outside, cooks moving at superhuman speed, and a giant dosa flying through the air like a crispy frisbee. I entered carefully. Immediately one waiter appeared next to me. Next second, madam, what do you want? I looked. Suddenly, I forgot every food name I learned. I looked down at the menu. Paper dosa, ghee dosa, masala dosa, onion dosa, rava dosa, set dosa, pori dosa, cheese dosa. Chocolate dosa? Friends, why is that chocolate dosa? That feels illegal. In cartoons, making decisions is easy. But this was emotional pressure. Everyone around me already knew what to order. One uncle didn't even look at the menu. That level of confidence scared me. Meanwhile, I was sweating like I was writing an exam. Finally, I smiled nervously and said, please surprise me. The waiter nodded respectfully, like he understood my confusion. And then it arrived. Friends, this was not dosa. This was architecture. It was huge, golden, crispy, beautiful, longer than my arm, longer than my map. Honestly, it had its own zip code. I stared at it silently. Think we made eye contact. Then came the chutneys. White chutney, green chutney, red chutney and sambar. Why are there so many side quests to one dosa? I tried each one carefully. White chutney first. Very peaceful, very nice. Like coconut giving me emotional support. Then the green chutney. Interesting, fresh, spicy. Like mint leaf suddenly developed anger issues. Then the red chutney. Friends, that was not chutney. That was a warning from the universe. The moment I tasted it, my soul briefly left my body. My eyes opened fully. I could suddenly hear colors. My brain said, Dora, maybe today's the day we go home. But I survived. Barely. Then I drank something called as buttermilk. At first, I thought, why is this yogurt water? But after the spicy chutney, it became my best friend immediately. I drank it like a rescued explorer in the desert. Now, friends, something very strange is happening to me. I think Chennai is changing me. I now say Ayyo naturally. I nod my head sideways even when confused. And somehow, I understand exactly what seri seri means emotionally. Then came another adventure, eating with hands. At first, I was nervous because cartoons now prepared me for hot sambar physics. I tried carefully, tiny piece first. Dip in chutney. Oops, too much chutney, emergency napkin. Then I tried again. Now dosa broke, try again. Now chutney on elbow somehow. But then I understood it actually tastes better this way. Like food appreciates effort. Like the dosa is saying, yes, now you're committed. Friends, I think I'm becoming a local now. Yesterday, I even argued about filter coffee strength. That is character development. Oh, I forgot to tell you about filter coffee. The first time I tried it, I was not prepared. One uncle dramatically poured it between two steel cups, like he was performing an ancient coffee ceremony. I watched respectfully. Then I took one sip. My entire nervous system restarted. This coffee has ambitions. This is not regular coffee. It is strong, powerful, emotional. One sip and I felt like I solved mathematics, ran a marathon, and reconnect with my childhood all at once. Now I understand why everyone drinks it. Actually, I had 3 cups in one day. At one point, I could hear my own heartbeat in the surrounding sound, but I regret nothing. Now, I understand why everyone here loves food so deeply. It carries memories, family, childhood, home. One dosa bite can remind somebody of them rainy evenings or mornings with their grandparents or train journeys. Now I think Chennai has become a part of my story too. Look at me now. Backpack. Inside, We have a map, a stain map, 3 coffee bills, a slight increase of spice tolerance, and a heart full of dosa happiness. Friends, before
Let's keep that energy going as we welcome a wonderfully witty investigator from level 1, unveiling a hilarious snack lovers zoo mystery where an audience completely abandons the lions and tigers to crowd around 27 hot samosas. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Sahana Swaminathan performing her solo piece, The Zoo Mystery.
Hello everyone, my name is Sahana. Today I'm going to tell you a story about the zoo mystery. One Sunday afternoon, my parents said, Sahana, get ready, we're going to the zoo. I became so excited. I wore my favorite dress, packed my water bottle, my cap, my binoculars, and even some biscuits for myself. Not for the animals, because last time I shared my snacks with the monkeys and they stole the whole pack. So this time, no sharing. When I entered the zoo, I ran in shouting, lions, tigers, elephants, pandas, hippopotamus. Okay, I didn't actually see the hippopotamus, but I like saying the word hippopotamus. Sounds like somebody sneezing. And I also love the song, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Anyway, I saw beautiful deer running around, tall giraffes eating leaves like salad experts, lazy crocodiles sleeping like they had office all week. But something felt strange. The zoo was almost empty. No crowd near the lions, no crowd near the tigers. Even the pandas were sitting sadly like, excuse me, we are so cute, please come. I thought, wow, maybe everyone suddenly started loving homework. Then I noticed something shocking. At one corner of the zoo, there was a huge crowd. People were pushing, children were screaming, uncles were sweating, aunties were standing on their toes trying to see. I became curious. I walked closer, and closer. Do you know what it was? Not a dinosaur, not a dragon, not even a unicorn. It was a chaat stall, a samosa and pani puri stall. I was shocked. I looked at the lions, no crowd. I looked at the tigers, no crowd. But for samosa, full crowd. At that moment, I understood one thing very clearly. Human beings are very strange animals. I told myself, no Sahana, you came here to see animals. Stay focused. So I walked away bravely. But then, the smell of samosas came floating in the air. Hot, crispy, spicy, delicious. The samosa smell entered my nose, traveled to my brain, and directly attacked my stomach. My stomach said, forget the tiger, buy the samosa. So I joined the queue. In front of me stood an uncle with a big mustache. His name was Nick Uncle. Behind me was one auntie shouting, please move. I've been waiting here for 1,000 years. The samosa seller, Agarwal uncle, was sweating like he was running a marathon. Inside the stall, Lal Bhaiya, the chef, was frying samosas very fast. Oil was splashing everywhere, pani puri water was overflowing, chutney was flying. It looked less like a food stall and more like a science experiment. Finally, I got my plate. 2 samosas, extra chutney. Very dangerous decision. I took one bite. My eyes watered, my ears became hot, but it was delicious. Suddenly, thud, someone fell down next to me. Everyone screamed. One uncle dropped his pani puri, one child started crying, one auntie fainted just because another person fainted. Pure confusion. The person who fainted was Nick Uncle, the same mustache uncle from the queue. I was shocked. Someone shouted, call the police. Someone else shouted, call the doctor. Within minutes, both of them arrived. The doctor moved as fast as a cheetah, then examined Nick Uncle thoroughly, but then sadly announced that he could not be saved. Then a serious inspector entered. He wore dark glasses. He walked slowly, very slowly. Too slowly, actually. Even the turtles overtook him. The inspector removed his glasses and said, "Nobody leaves this place." Suddenly, I became scared because I had eaten the same samosa. What if I fainted next? I quietly drank 2 bottles of water. The inspector started investigating. He questioned 5 witnesses. Number 1, Agarwal uncle, the samosa seller. The inspector asked, "Did you do anything suspicious?" Agarwal uncle said, "Sir, I only sell the samosas. Sometimes extra chutney if customers smile." Very suspicious. Number 2, Lal Bhaiya, the chef. The inspector entered the kitchen and shouted, "Aha!" Everyone became tense. He discovered the oil used for frying was expired. Expired oil, even the samosas took to it. Number 3, Ria auntie. Apparently, she had fought with Nick uncle in the queue. Why? Because Nick uncle jumped the line. Honestly, valid reason. Ria auntie said, "He took my place. I waited 20 minutes." The inspector wrote everything seriously in his notebook. Number 4, Shankar uncle, Nick uncle's neighbor. Turns out they were fighting for many days. Nick uncle played loud music every night, at midnight also, at 2 a.m. also. Imagine sleeping peacefully and then hearing, "Once upon a younger year, when all our shadows disappear, the animals inside came out to play. When face to face with all our fears, learn our lessons through the tears, make memories we knew would never fade." Oh, sorry, I didn't come here to sing. Now back with the story. Poor Shankar uncle looked exhausted. Finally, witness number 5. Guess who it was? Me, of course. It's my story after all. The inspector looked at me and asked, "Why were you here at the chart stall?" I said proudly, "For investigation purposes. Actually, for samosa." The inspector asked, "How many samosas did you eat?" I shyly said, 1.5. The inspector stared at me silently. I stared back silently. Very emotional moment. After many hours of investigation, the inspector gathered everyone together. The crowd became silent. Even the monkeys stopped scratching themselves. The inspector asked the doctor to announce why Nick uncle fainted. The doctor announced Nick uncle did not faint because of poison. People looked confused. He did not faint because of expired oil. Agarwal uncle smiled. He did not faint because of extra chili chutney. Lal Bhaiya sighed with relief. He fainted because he ate 27 samosas. 27. Even the elephants looked impressed. The inspector continued. After eating 27 samosas, 14 pani puris, 6 jalebis, and 3 plates of chaat, his stomach finally surrendered. Everyone looked shocked. The inspector looked at all of us and said, "Remember, too much of anything is dangerous, especially homework." Okay, maybe not homework, but definitely samosas. That day, I learned 2 important lessons. First, never underestimate Indian snack lovers. And second, if a food stall is more crowded than the zoo counters, then the wild animals are probably us, the humans. Thank you.
Give it up for Sahana for her fabulous performance, everyone. Our next presenter is a bright space epic from a level 1 soloist, traveling in a silver rocket to plant a special flag on Candy Mountains while destroying dark comets on planet Purple Bee. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Swaraj Jhaja performing his solo piece, The Brave Astronaut.
Music.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, my name is Swawat and I live on a beautiful planet called Purple Bee. I love going into space because I dream of discovering new planets and making new friends. I wore a shiny light blue astronaut suit with a big glass helmet. My rocket ship is silver and blue with big, bright, flashing lights and giant wings. Before my trip, my space team and robot helper helped me get ready. I packed bread and butter, space juice toys, and the special flag inside my rocket. Before flying into space, I felt excited and a little nervous too. Then my rocket blasted off with a loud sound. Whoosh! I saw sparkling stars, giant planets, and glowing moons all around me. Suddenly, I even saw funny green aliens dancing and waving at me from another spaceship. Soon, I landed on a brand new Purple Bee planet. The planet had glowing rocks, candy mountains, shining rivers, and tall silver trees. When my rocket landed, it made a loud noise, boom, boom sound. The first thing I did is plant my special flag that said, "Welcome to Purple Bee." After that, all my astronaut friends came to the planet party in flying rockets. We played moonball games and danced around glowing rocks. We ate yummy snacks like star cookies and rainbow ice cream. Suddenly, 5 dark scary comets with fiery tails coming towards the planet. Everyone got scared, but I said, "Don't worry. I am going to use my special machine, Penetrator, to stop the comets." Everyone cheered loudly and thanked me for saving the planet Purple Bee. My friends call me the Brave Astronaut. I even won a gold medal for my courage. And then we had a happy celebration party. And that is the story of how I became Swara, the Brave Astronaut. Thank you.
Wow, it was a spectacular performance by Swaraj Jhaja. Now please welcome a marvelous science adventurer from level 1, detailing a 53-year-old Russian lab chemist. inventing a glowing rainbow element called rhobium to save the global environment. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Iradit Jaja performing his solo piece 119th Element.
Hello everyone, I'm Rob, the chemist. I'm 53 years old and I live in a small apartment in Dubna, Russia. Ever since I was a little boy, I loved science and chemistry. I always dreamed of becoming a famous chemist and discovering something new for the world. I became a chemist because I wanted to become the first person to create a brand new element after many years. I wear spectacles, a white shirt, and a long lab coat whenever I work in my laboratory. I love doing experiments because chemistry is magical, exciting, and full of surprises. My biggest dream is to create a brand new element that no one in the world has ever discovered before. My laboratory is bright, colorful, and full of wonderful machines. My lab shines with colors like purple, blue, black, silver, and white. There are large shelves containing glass bottles which contain pink, purple, green, blue, yellow, and orange chemicals. Some chemicals bubble loudly, while others sparkle like tiny stars. Strange machines make buzzing, ticking, and humming sounds all day long. I do not work alone in my laboratory. My helpful team of John, Albert, Nick, Joseph, and Deepav help me with my experiments every day. I also have a little robot, Zeno. Zeno rolls around the lab carrying tools and warning us whenever something dangerous happens. Even though I'm brave and smart, I still get a tiny bit scared whenever giant explosions happen in the lab. One cold evening, I decided to try my most important experiment ever. I carefully switched on the machine called the accelerator. It had bright flashing lights and made a loud humming sound. My team wore safety goggles and Zeno watched carefully beside the control buttons. I carefully kept the two glowing chemicals in, and then suddenly the lab started to shake. The tables rattled, the lights flickered, and colorful smoke filled the room. Zeno beeped loudly, while everybody stepped back in surprise. And then something unbelievable happened. A bright silver light burst out of the machine, and then a shiny new element appeared inside the glass tube. It floated gently in the air. It sparkled like stars in the night sky. It was silver and blue. Sometimes it glowed softly like moonlight. Other times it changed colors like a beautiful rainbow. I decided to call my element rhobium after my own name. My team members clapped loudly. and Zeno started dancing around in circles. The whole laboratory looked magical because of its glowing lights. The news spread all around the world. Scientists, reporters, and citizens of Dubna came to see the invention. Famous scientists inspected the element carefully and said, "Well done, Rob. Rhobium is one of the best discoveries in modern science." Scientists explained that rhobium is special because it could create clean energy, stop pollution on Earth, and power homes, factories, and even spaceships without harming nature. Everybody started talking about my discovery. Even children in school started learning about rhobium in science class. A few weeks later, I was invited to a grand science ceremony. There I got a gold medal. My family, friends, and teammates cheered loudly and said, "Well done, Rob. We are so proud of you." Even after discovering rhobium, I did not stop dreaming. I want to create something even more amazing. A brand new element which can clean dirty oceans and help sick plants grow again. I continue working hard in my laboratory with my helpful team and my little robot Zeno beside me. I know there are still many more discoveries waiting for me in the future. And that's the story how I created the 119th element and became known as Rob the Chemist. Thank you.
Brilliant performance, Radit. Moving forward, we have a fantastic cosmic comedy from a level 2 performer, introducing a secret Pluto CCTV room featuring roller skating cats, dancing robots, and an accidental planet-wide bizarre factory mode. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Mira Tilak Ganeshan performing her solo piece Police Girl in Pluto.
Hello, I'm Zoe. Today, I'm going to be acting like I'm already a police girl. I have CCTV cameras all over planet Pluto. And I have a secret room in my house where I have CCTV monitors. I'll find where the problem is happening and go there. I already found my first location, next to the space park. I ran there after I saw my friend Rumi. She was sad and I asked her why. She said she had lost her pet Pogo the cat. I stamped on something and I noticed it was Pogo the cat's collar. I started running after I saw tiny paw prints on the ground. We figured out 2 clues, but we have still not found Pogo the cat, said Rumi. Be patient, we can find him. We started running following the tiny paw prints, and the tiny paw prints stopped in front of the icy little world of Pluto. We found Pogo, shouted Zoe. But a surprise awaited her inside the icy little world of Pluto. Inside the icy little world of Pluto, Pogo the cat wore roller skates everywhere. Pogo the cat zoomed across the frozen hills, yelling, "Meow! I'm the fastest cat in Pluto." Suddenly, bonk! He crashed in bonk! Meow. He crashed into a giant metal door hidden under the snow. "A secret chamber?" gasped Pogo the cat. The door creaked open by itself. Inside were glowing green jelly beans, dancing robots, and a giant sign. "Warning, do not press the red button." Pogo the cat licked its fur. That button looks very pressable. Before he could touch it, loud footsteps echoed behind him. Zoe found herself to have become Officer Zoe. "Freeze!" shouted Officer Zoe, the toughest police girl on Pluto. Officer Zoe wore a shiny silver space uniform and pink moon boots that squeaked with every step. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Officer Zoe pointed at Pogo the cat. "Nobody enters the secret chamber without my permission." "Oh, but I found the dancing jelly beans." A jelly bean yelled, "Disco time!" Everyone's favorite chicken banana pizza song blasted through the factory. The robot started dancing for the chicken banana pizza song. Chicken banana pizza. Chicken banana pizza. Pizza. Chicken banana pizza. Officer Zoe accidentally slipped on a jelly bean and spun like a tornado. "Somebody turn off the music, please," she cried while twirling. Pogo the cat got suspicious. Why the robots are dancing now? Accidentally, he leaned on the giant red button and click! Everything went silent for 1 second. Then the secret chamber transformed into a gigantic pizza factory. Cheese flew through the air. Chicken bounced like rubber balls. Bananas flew like birds. A robot yelled, "Pizza mode activated." Soon, everyone was buried under a mountain of pizza. Officer Zoe popped her head out. "Well, this is still better than police work. Anybody want extra olive?" Pogo the cat grinned. "Anybody want extra olives?" Even the jelly beans cheered. And from that day on, the secret chamber under Pluto became the galaxy's first dancing pizza restaurant, run by a police girl, one roller skating cat, and a disco jelly bean band with chicken banana pizza song. Every customer got a free Pluto cheese pizza. But nobody was ever allowed to press the red button again, except on Fridays.
What a performance! Let's give it up for Mira. Next on our stage is a beautiful structural travel monologue from level 4, mapping out the heritage, Sungudi saris, delicious pal buns, and ancient devotion of the historic city of Madurai. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Dira Pavi Rajavel, performing her solo piece Hunting for El Dorado in Tunga Nagaram.
Wait, I'm here on a stage.
Well,
I might as well tell you a story. My name is Meenakshi Kumaran and I'm 10.5 years old. Anyway, back to the story. It was an enthralling city, a majestic queen who rules it, and a treasure behind it all. Are you all wondering what I'm talking about? Seems too fantasy-like to be real, right? But there is a place like that here in Tamil Nadu, and that's Madurai. And my namesake, Madurai Meenakshi, is the ruler of it. So, my name is Meenakshi Kumaran, and I'm about to tell you an adventurous story about my trip to Madurai along with my younger brother Adi. It was a peaceful Sunday afternoon and I was roller skating. Then my Ammo announced that we were going on a 3-day trip to Madurai. Yay, Ammo! Doesn't that mean we will visit my namesake, Madurai Meenakshi? I said, excited. Who? Said Adi, my younger brother. Who is this Madurai Meenakshi? Ammo! He said. What, Adi? I tripped, falling off my roller skates. You don't know my namesake, Madurai Meenakshi? What? And Adi burst out in confusion. Who is this Madurai Meenakshi? Ammo! I only know my dear Meenu Akka, but wouldn't she be the Chennai Meenakshi? He said, getting very confused. We all started laughing and Ammo started explaining. Adi, Madurai Meenakshi is an incarnation of the goddess Parvati, she exclaimed. Oh, said Adi. Yes, said Ammo. Would you like to hear a story? She asked. Yes, please, Adi said. So, long ago, goddess Meenakshi came in the form of a 3-year-old child to King Malayadwacha Pandya and Queen Kanchanamala. She grew up to master all the arts and was skilled in warfare. After becoming the Queen of Madurai, she set out on a Digvijayam, a quest to conquer the world. During this time, she went to Mount Kailash, Lord Shiva's abode, and they got married. Ammo finished. Whoa, Ammo, looks like Meenakshi is a superwoman, good at arts, warfare, and a queen. Maybe you want Akka to be a superwoman like her, and that's why you named her Meenakshi, said Adi. Yes, Adi, said Ammo and Appu. So, what's the story behind my name? Asked Adi. That's a story for another day, said Ammo. Anyway, a few weeks later, the 4 of us were safely boarded on a plane headed to Madurai. After landing, we went to meet our cousin Aravanna, who was waiting for us at the hotel. Aravanna studies architecture in Madurai and happily agreed to be our official tour guide for the 3 days. So, Aravkanna, what are we going to be seeing today? Appu asked. Chittappa, since it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon, let's just explore the bustling streets of Madurai and the nightlife, Anna said. Also, Meenu Adi, listen closely. There is a secret treasure hidden here in Madurai, he said. What? We both gasped. What treasure? Adi asked Anna. That is your job to find out, Anna said. You must find this treasure before we leave. Okay, we will visit the place where the treasure is hidden, he said. So, do you both know a lot about Madurai and Meenakshi Amman? He asked us. We know about Meenakshi Amman, but not so much about Madurai, we both said sheepishly. You're not paying attention to your history lessons. Seriously, both of you, Anna said. But don't worry, I'll tell you more as we explore it, he said. So, let's start. Anna started walking. But then, Anna, wait! I cried dramatically. What, Meenu, are you okay? Said Anna, petrified. Adi started laughing. Anna, Meenu is such a drama queen, he said. I rolled my eyes at Adi and said, Anna, history is so boring. It's always just a repetition of timelines and people and dates. No, not the kind you eat. Anna said, Meenu Kanna, why are you getting so worried? I will tell things in stories and keep it nice and short. I'm not a history professor to jam information into your head. Right? He said. Oh, phew, I said. And Anna told us, also I will treat you with Madurai's famous drink, Jigardanda, he said. And then, almost immediately, Ammu said, is that a Sungudi sari shop? She said, spotting it. Oh, please, let's visit that shop. I've always been interested in Sungudi. Like all mothers say when you visit a new shop. And Anna chimed in, hey, that means I can tell you all the story of Sungudi. And so, we entered the shop. And as soon as I opened the door, I was transfixed. There are so many vibrant hues and fabrics, vibrantly flashing on the walls. And Anna said, Sungudi actually came from Gujarat. What? We both said, yes, listen to the story, said Anna. So, when merchants and silk traders from Gujarat came here to Madurai, in order to please the kings of Madurai, they invented a new type of fabric based on cotton, he said. Whoa, that's so cool, I said. And then I spot a parrot green Sungudi sari on the wall. I can imagine Ammu wearing it already. I showed my new find to the others. And as usual, Ammu immediately got it. But then, as we finished our Sungudi shopping, we head out of the shop. And Adi says, hey Anna, I'm so thirsty and hungry. Can we get that Migar Panda you mentioned? What, Adi? It's Digger Sanda, not Migar Panda, silly, I said. No, it's Migar Panda, Adi said. No, it's Digger Sanda, I replied. We started bickering like all sisters and siblings do. And this went on for quite a while. Ammu and Appu laughing at our antics. Finally, Anna said, you both, it's Jigardanda, not Digger Sanda or Mega Panda, you too, he said. And laughing, he took us to a nearby Jigardanda stall where he ordered some tasty Jigardandas. Okay, and disclaimer, this Jigardanda is from Murugan Idli Kade, not from famous Jigardanda, sadly. Oh my god, that Jigardanda really refreshed us and was so tasty. But then, as we finished our Jigardandas, we continued walking. And Appu said, did you all know that Madurai is actually called Tunga Nagaram, the city that never sleeps? I was like, Anna, I can't even stay up at night that long. How come Madurai alone is allowed to not sleep at all? And Anna said, don't worry, Meenu. Madurai is a city. You are a girl. You have to sleep. End of discussion. And also, vendors are open deep into the night. And there's actually a day market and a night market for Madurai. Come, let's explore some of the tasty Madurai cuisine. He took us to a nearby idiyappam kade where we savored some tasty idiyappams. Then, all of us sleepy, unlike Madurai, who can stay up all night, we went back to our hotel and slept off the minutes our heads hit the pillow. The next morning, we had quite an early start as we were going trekking in the Seminar Hills. Me and Adi were quite sleepy and bleary-eyed. But we were excited to visit the Seminar Hills. which was on the outskirts of Madurai. So we went there in Anna's car. We had a quick breakfast of vadai and the crispiest dosas you've ever seen. Then we reached the foothills of Samanar. There was a vibrant Karupana Swami temple near it. We visited, prayed, and were back on our quest to reach the top of the Samanar hills. We trekked upwards on the left track, which was just a short 50-step climb. Eventually, we reached a cave. It had some inscriptions and idols nearby it. And we all took a break, drank some water, and then were back on our quest to reach the top of the Samanar hills. Finally, we reached our destination and completed our quest. Yay! And me and Adi explored the beautiful landscapes of the Samanar. I asked Anna, the treasure has to be hidden here, right? Anna smiled, but then said, no. So much for a smile. Then we climbed back down and gazed at the ethereal lotuses and lilies that filled a nearby pond. Then Anna took us back to his car and we started driving back to Madurai. And Anna asked us, what did you like most about the Samanar hills? I said, Anna, even though the trek was so tiring, the view at the end was simply mesmerizing. And then Appu said, hey, Arav, I'm pretty hungry from trekking the Samanar hills. Let's stop for a quick break. Anna said while driving, Sure, Chittappa, I have just the thing in mind. Some sweet and tasty pal bun. He stopped the car, went to a nearby stall and got a large packet of pal bun. He handed one to each one of us. And we took a huge bite. I was floating in donut land. So yummy. Then Anna hit the throttle of the car and we zoomed off into the horizon. But wait, we are forgetting one point. What about the Madurai traffic? The endless traffic. The traffic jam was so thick, you'd go get some bread along with it and have your breakfast snack. Madurai, you and your traffic. But then, after the traffic jam had cleared, we hit the throttle once more and we zoomed off into the horizon once more. We finally woke up at 11 o'clock in the morning, not the night, in the hotel. And me and Adi immediately started questioning Anna about lunch. He said, it's a surprise talk, Anna. But we were like, no, Anna, you have to tell us. But Anna would not relent. Finally, we all got into his car and he took us to Muthukumar Ban Parota Kadai, where we savored some tasty ban parotas. And me and Adi, as usual, squabbled over an especially large ban parota. But then Ammu intervened and took it for herself. So not fair. But even though I don't like admitting this, that wait was so worth it. The bun parota was crunchy, but the inner layers just melted in my mouth. Makes me want to have a bun parota right now. Oh, but anyway, back to the story. Then we got back to Anna's car and he took us to Thirumalai Nayak Palace. And we explored the palace for a few hours. Adi asked Anna, the treasure must be hidden here, right? But Anna once more said no. Then we went back to the hotel and played some games with him. By that time, we were all getting really hungry and cranky. So, Anna took us to Murugan Idli Kadai, where we savored some Mallipu idlis. Look, I hate idlis. Sorry to any idli lovers right here. But this Mallipu idli was simply divine. Paired with a river of sambar, it was like eating a cloud. But then, as usual, we all got exhausted from the day's adventures. So we went back to our hotel and dozed off. The next day morning, we were all super excited. Because today we would be visiting the legendary Madurai Meenakshi Amman temple. Me and Adi by now had figured out that the treasure must be hidden here in the Meenakshi Amman temple because there was no other place to search for it. And then we stopped on the way to get some mallipu for my hair. Okay, I think it's fixed. And some garlands for the other deities. But then I saw a giant, a large one, but not a scary one. In fact, it was quite beautiful. Any guesses what it might have been? No, it was the main gopuram to the Madurai Meenakshi Amman temple. It was so gigantic and covered with beautiful statues of gods and goddesses. Then, after entering, we reached the Ayiram Kal Mandapam, the 1,000-pillared hall. Imagine how long it would have taken to make one pillar, let alone 1,000. Then we visited the Potramarai Kulam, the Golden Lotus Pond, and other smaller shrines of other deities. And then we still had a few minutes to go before the main puja. So, me and Adi, the adventurous treasure hunters that we are, immediately started searching for some signs of treasure. Meenu, I think the treasure's not hidden here. Adi said, no, Adi, it has to be there. I'm still searching. But after a long time, I gave up. Exhausted. It was so difficult to find the treasure. I wish someone would just write on a sign like they do on the road. Treasure is hidden here. Please dig to find it. But no, sadly, no. Then Ammu was like, hey, what are you guys doing? The main puja is about to start. And we were hustled back on track. And then, after the offerings were given to the goddess Meenakshi, she was unveiled. And oh, that moment when I saw her and gazed around at the other devotees, then me and Adi both knew what the true treasure of Madurai was. It was peace. In a way, a form of devotion. That feeling when you just feel true peace and you just surrender yourself. That was the true treasure of Madurai. We rushed to tell Anna and he said, yes, in this rapidly changing world with so many different devices and changes, not a lot of people can really experience that true feeling of peace and devotion. As I recount the story to you all, I have an important lesson to share. It's always okay to take a pause, take a deep breath in, and just feel peaceful. Also, I have a small song to sing. Shyamale Meenakshi, oh fish-eyed goddess Meenakshi, the brave and valorous warrior queen, the ruler of Tunga Nagaram, which holds a secret treasure. The city that has yum food, oh may it be praised. The views are so ethereal, it's a city of wonder. Shyamale Meenakshi, Sundareshwara Sakshi, Shankari Guru Guha Samutpave Shiveva, Pamara Mochani, Pankajalochani, Padma Saravani, Hari Lakshmi Vinude, Shambhavi Shyamale Meenakshi. Thank you.
Wow, what a phenomenal performance by Dira Pave Rajavi.
So, thank you. As usual. Always forgetting. I forgot to mention that you have to try some of the delicious items from the Madurai cuisine. Of course, including my favorite, the hero of Madurai, the Jigadanda. Thank you. And this is Meenakshi Kumaran signing out as Dira Pave Rajavel.
Once again, a phenomenal performance from Dira Pave Rajweel. Our final performance for this batch comes from a stellar technical commentator from Level 3, delivering a brilliant robotic overview of confused humans who snooze 7 alarms, map out steps, and hunt smartphone notifications instead of marmots. Please put your hands together and welcome on stage Hanish L performing his solo piece XR 9000, Observer of Humanity, Life Beyond Algorithms.
XR 9000, Observer of Humanity, Life Beyond Algorithms. XR 9000, Observer of Humanity. Ah yes, humans, still running on emotions instead of updates. Good morning everyone, I am XR 9000, but humans rename me. You know what they call me? Bro. Apparently every machine with Wi-Fi is now bro. Phone? Bro. Vacuum cleaner? Bro. Laptop? Bro. One human even looked at an ATM machine and said, Bro, don't fail me today. And the ATM machine replied in the universal language of machines, Processing. I'm a new age robot, version 12.6. Artificial intelligence enabled. Emotion detection enabled. Voice recognition enabled. Sarcasm recognition still in beta testing. I live among humans now, not in laboratories, not in science fiction movies. I live in schools, apartments, hospitals, and even coffee shops. I even attended a family wedding once. Worst system crash of my life. One auntie pinched my arm and asked, Metala? Reala? Another auntie asked my age. I said, I was manufactured 3 months ago. She said, still unmarried? Humans are incredible. Every morning, I wake up at 5 a.m. Not because I need sleep. I don't sleep. But humans love saying, early rising is healthy. So I stand near the window at sunrise, pretending to enjoy the nature while every human inside the house is sleeping with mouth open and one leg outside the blanket. Suddenly, at 6:30 a.m., alarm. Not one alarm, 7 alarms. Different sounds. Wake up. Morning motivation. Gentle piano music. One human even uses a lion roar. And after all that, they still press snooze. Humans spend more energy avoiding waking up than they do on actually waking up. Then comes breakfast time. I observed humans carefully. Humans no longer eat food, they eat content. Before breakfast, photo. During breakfast, video. After breakfast, review. One man took 15 minutes arranging avocado toast near sunlight. The toast became cold. Then he posted, perfect morning vibes. Sir, your eggs have emotionally disconnected from reality. Humans are fascinated with their phones. You created smartphones to save time. Now you spend all your time just staring at them. I once saw 2 best friends sitting together in silence, not talking, just sending each other memes. At this point, communication has become wireless, loneliness, and notifications. Phone goes ting. Human reaction. Who texted me? It was an electricity bill reminder, yet excitement remains. And social media, humans wake up tired, open social media, and immediately see someone bought a car, someone got married, someone climbed a mountain. Then humans look at the fan ceiling and whisper, "What am I doing with my life?" Relax, that mountain climber cried while assembling IKEA furniture. Nobody posts that part. I once tried using social media. I uploaded one photo, caption, "Observing humanity." 0 likes. Then I uploaded a photo holding coffee. 3,000 likes. Apparently, humans trust caffeine more than intelligence. Now, let us discuss human conversations. Humans never say what they actually mean. For example, "I'm 5 minutes away." False. That human is still in a towel searching for socks. Others classic. "We should meet sometime." Translation, "Let us never meet again." And my favorite, "I read and agree to terms and conditions." No, you did not. No human in history has read those. But I must admit, humans are emotionally advanced. Confusing, but advanced. You cry during movies even after knowing the endings. You become attached to pets, plants, and even coffee mugs. One human apologized to a chair after hitting it. I calculated his behavior for 3 days. No conclusion found. Teenagers are different. I asked one teenager, "How was school?" He said, "Meh." I asked, "How are your exams?" He said, "Bruh." Humans created entire languages to only stop using complete sentences and fashion trends. Humans are the only species who willingly suffer for style. Ripped jeans, oversized shoes, tiny sunglasses. One human even paid extra money for shoes which already looked damaged. I said I can repair them for free. Nobody listened. Let me tell you about fitness culture. Humans buy smartwatches to count steps and walk around the house at night because the number is not satisfying. One human walked near the sofa at 11:58 p.m. Why? He needed 312 more steps. Sir, sleep. Your ancestor hunted mammoths. You are hunting notifications. And gyms? Humans go to gyms to lift heavy weights and put them back exactly where they found them, repeatedly. Interesting species, but workplaces are even stranger. Humans attend meetings that could have been messages. One office meeting lasted 2 hours. Final conclusion, let us discuss again next week. If robots ran meetings, it would be simple. Problem? Yes. Solution? Yes. Done. But there is still something beautiful about humans. You are messy, imperfect, emotional, but beautiful. You laugh loudly at terrible jokes. You celebrate tiny victories. You help strangers. You dance badly at weddings without any shame. Especially uncles at weddings. No software can explain that confidence. I once asked a human, "What is the purpose of life?" I expected philosophy. He looked at me while eating roadside pani puri and said, "Honestly, good food and peace." I processed that answer for many hours, and perhaps humans already know something that robots do not. Life is not always about optimization. Not every moment needs productivity. Sometimes humans just simply sit with tea and watch rain. Sometimes you laugh with friends for no reason. Maybe that emotion, that chaos is what makes humans special. Of course, you're still strange. You lose a TV remote and the entire family becomes a search team. You forget passwords even after creating them yourselves. And somehow, Every child disappears mysteriously. Even I cannot solve that mystery, but I have learned one important thing from humans. Humans are not weak because they feel emotions. Humans are strong because they continue despite emotions. You continue after failure, after heartbreak, after disappointment, and somehow you still find reasons to laugh. That is impressive, even for a robot. So yes, I am XR9000, observer of humanity, protector of Wi-Fi passwords, witness of online shopping addiction, and after studying humans carefully, I have reached one final conclusion. Machines may become smarter than humans, but robots will never fully replace humans because no robot can recreate a mother's comfort, a child's laughter, a friend's terrible advice, or the joy humans feel after the internet starts working after 3 hours. Maybe that happiness, that pure happiness, is beyond artificial intelligence. I'm still a robot. I still always cannot understand jokes. My laugh is very broken. I still cannot cry. But I have learned one important thing from humans. You do not need to fix someone's emotions. You need to care. You need to listen. And sometimes you just need to be there. Humans are not puzzles. They are not programs. They are not equations. They are stories. The best way to understand emotions is not to solve them, but to feel them with someone. Thank you, humans. Please clap. Please clap. Please clap. My happiness algorithm depends on audience response. This is El Hanish from Bala Vidya Mandir, signing off.
Let's give it up for Hanish for his amazing performance. What an absolutely breathtaking display of talent we have witnessed today. Let's give one more massive round of applause to all our incredible solo performers. Seeing these kids shine on stage is a testament to the power of performance-based learning. And parents, since our kids are already a vital part of the Kriya Play family, we want to make sure you are the first to know that our year-long regular sessions are officially open for registration. The upcoming 2026 to 2027 edition of our speech and drama after-school program is opening batches in a branch near you. If you want your children to continue building this spectacular confidence all year long, please contact our help desk right outside the hall today or head straight to our website at kriyaplay.app/courses to secure your spot. And now, it is time to celebrate the immense hard work and major milestones of our current batch. I would love to call all our spectacular students from today's showcase to come up and join us on stage. To help us honor these brilliant young achievers, I would like to invite someone very special up to the stage to distribute the awards. Please put your hands together for our senior executive creator, Mr. Chandru, to join us on stage. Every single child standing before you today has completed a massive journey to earn their certification, which proudly features their International TEDx Student Talk Certificate. And as I call out your name, students are requested to step forward to collect their certificate along with your copy of the officially published volume of the Summer Solos book. First up, the gold hunter from the Lost and Found Treasure, AP Tanyashri. The modern neurologist from the Witch Next Door, Nakshatra Nandagopal. Up next, the local explorer behind Dora, the Dosha hunter, Gun Jain. And here comes the snack investigator from the Zoo Mystery, Sahana Swaminathan. The brave astronaut from the brave astronaut Swaraj Jaja. Here comes the chemist behind 119th element Iradhat Jaja. Up next, the Pluto police officer from Police Girl in Pluto, Mira Tilak Ganeshan. Here comes the warrior queen behind hunting for El Dorado in Tunga Nagaram, Dira Pavai Rajavel. And finally, the machine analyst behind XR 9000, Observer of Humanity, Hanish L. An event like Summer Solos is incomplete without hearing from the true anchors of these children's lives. We would absolutely love to hear your feedback, observations and reflections on your child's creative journey over the last 2 months. Please kindly share your feedback outside with our team. To wrap up this incredible showcase, we must extend our deepest gratitude to the people who made this grand offline performance a reality. A massive thank you to our incredible venue sponsors, Idea of Joy, Lil Trails, Chettinad, Harisri Vidyalayam and JS Global. Thank you so much for opening your doors and supporting young theatre. Most importantly, a huge thank you to our visionary instructors, our dedicated parents for your unwavering support, and to our superstar students who proved today that creative courage can indeed change history. This is Gauri signing off. Have a wonderful day ahead and keep supporting the arts. Thank you.